Future of cities and urban life. Imagine standing on a rooftop, looking out over a vast, glowing city at night. The skyline pulses with life. Cars weave through busy streets, and people from every background move through crowded sidewalks, parks, and neighborhoods. Cities have always been at the heart of human civilization, places of opportunity, innovation, and connection. But as the world changes rapidly, we are now asking ourselves, what will the cities of tomorrow look like? And how will urban life transform to meet the challenges and dreams of future generations? First, we have to understand that cities are growing fast, faster than ever before. By 2050, nearly 70% of the world's population will live in urban areas. That means more people will need homes, clean water, energy, transportation, and access to jobs and education. While this rapid growth brings opportunities, it also brings pressure. Already, cities around the world struggle with pollution, traffic, housing shortages, and inequality. So the future of urban life depends not only on building more, but building smarter. That's where the concept of smart cities comes in. These are cities that use technology to improve the quality of life for everyone. Imagine traffic lights that adapt to traffic flow in real time, garbage bins that signal when they're full, or buildings that use sensors to reduce energy use. In cities like Singapore, Amsterdam, and Seoul, this future is already becoming a reality. Data is used to track patterns, reduce waste, prevent crime, and respond faster to emergencies. Yet, technology alone isn't enough, because a smart city must also be a kind city. And that brings us to the idea of human-centered design. Cities of the future must focus not just on efficiency, but on happiness, health, and belonging. That means more green spaces for relaxation and mental health, more walkable neighborhoods to reduce car use and promote fitness, and better public transportation to connect people to their communities. Moreover, affordable housing is essential. No one should be pushed to the margins simply because they can't afford to live where they work. The cities of tomorrow must be inclusive, welcoming people of every age, race, income, and ability. But to build these cities, we must also address the climate crisis. Urban areas account for over 70% of global CO2 emissions. As temperatures rise, cities face greater risks from floods, heat waves, and extreme storms. That's why future cities need to be sustainable. Rooftop gardens, solar panels, green buildings, bike lanes, and electric buses are just the beginning. We need cities that give back to the planet by using renewable energy, reducing waste, and building in harmony with nature. Architects and urban planners are already reimagining how cities can become living ecosystems, not concrete jungles. And as we dream of future cities, we must also dream of justice. Cities should not only be places of progress, but places of fairness. That means closing the gap between rich and poor, making education and healthcare available to all, and ensuring that every voice is heard in decisions that shape the urban landscape. Cities are where movements for change often begin. From civil rights marches to climate strikes, people have always gathered in cities to demand a better world. The cities of the future must protect that spirit. We must also consider the role of culture and creativity. Cities are more than just buildings. They are the beating hearts of music, art, fashion, food, and festivals. As technology transforms our lives, we must preserve the human spirit that makes city life meaningful. Future cities should support artists, storytellers, musicians, and makers. Cultural spaces like libraries, museums, theatres, and community centres are not luxuries. They are necessities for a thriving urban soul. Another powerful transformation is digital connectivity. High-speed internet, virtual meetings, and remote work are changing how we live and where we choose to live. In the future, cities may be less about office towers and more about creative hubs, learning spaces, and social gathering spots. As work becomes more flexible, People might leave overcrowded megacities and move to smaller, more livable cities, or even virtual communities. Of course, no city will succeed without strong leadership and community participation. Mayors, urban planners, and policymakers must listen to the people they serve. City governments need to be transparent, ethical, and responsive. But real change happens when residents come together, when neighbours plant gardens, clean up parks, or create networks of support. Cities thrive when people feel connected, safe, and empowered. So, as we imagine the future of cities and urban life, let us remember, it's not just about the buildings or the roads, it's about people. It's about building cities where children can play safely, where the elderly can walk with dignity, and where everyone has the opportunity to dream. The future city is not just a place, it is a promise. A promise that together, through compassion, innovation, and shared vision, we can create a better, brighter, and more human world.